The Middle East is a region of change. In the last 20 years, 3 major cities in the Middle East have undergone various different changes. Dubai, crown jewel of the Emirates, has evolved from a bare desert to a center of industry in the Middle East. Baghdad, crossroads of the Middle East, has undergone an external invasion and is slowly adapting to the new government in place. And Damascus, pearl of the East, has been destroyed from the inside out, and no conflict resolution is in sight. Each of us will highlight some of our city's history as our first layer, and we'll jointly talk about the current politics of the Middle East as our second layer. Of the 3 cities, Dubai, Damascus, and Baghdad, Dubai has the shortest historical impact on the region. The city began as an important port city, but did not become a truly significant city until the mid-20th century, when oil was discovered and all the Emirates in the region combined to form the United Arab Emirates. Since the onset of the 21st century, Dubai has established itself as the most stable city in the Middle East, economically, politically, and socially, unlike Damascus and Baghdad. This unparalleled stability was made possible by the abundant supply of oil in the region, and the government has made smart investments in infrastructure with oil money to diversify the economy away from oil dependence.
Baghdad, compared to Dubai and Damascus, is nestled in the middle in more ways than one. In comparison of age, Baghdad is middling, whereas Damascus is extremely old, dating before the Common Era, and Dubai has sprung up in very recent history. Baghdad came into existence in 762 CE. Roughly speaking, both the city Baghdad and the country Iraq are in the middle of Damascus and Dubai, and Syria and the UEA. It is also middling in the sense of the city's current state. Whereas Dubai is prosperous and booming, and Damascus is fracturing and failing, Baghdad falls somewhere in the middle. It is not currently experiencing warfare like Damascus, but it is also not booming like Dubai, though it did at one point. The city has a long history of foreign occupation. After its founding in Golden Age, when the city was a religious, secular, and cultural gem, it has been occupied by the Mongols, the Turks, the Persians, the British, and of course the Americans. This theme of military involvement continued throughout its history, as after its independence a short-lived monarchy was established, which was overthrown by a military-led coup. The Revolutionary Command Council took over in 1968 and brought Baghdad back to its prosperous origins before Saddam Hussein took control in 1979, plunging the city and Iraq into a state of continuous warfare. Operation Iraqi Freedom removed Hussein from power, but since then, while the city has recovered somewhat, it still has a long way to go before it can get its former state of glory.
Damascus, Syria has evolved and changed from its first incarnation as a center of agriculture to its current role as a battleground in the middle of a civil war. Dating as far back as 9000 BCE, Damascus has the honor of being not only one of the oldest cities in the world, but also the oldest continually occupied city in the world. Once Islam was established in nearby Saudi Arabia around 650 CE as a successful and dominant religion, Syria became relevant again as Christians and Muslims struggled to find the proper place for this burgeoning religion. The Ottoman Empire, based in Turkey, took over Syria in the late 1500s and held on to the region for the next 500 years. At the dawn of the 20th century, imperialist Britain, following World War I, created a mandate country for Syria as the Ottoman Empire had dissolved. Finally, its own independent, secular country ruled by the pan-Arabist Ba'athist Party, Syria and by extension Damascus stabilized throughout the 20th century. However, due to events in Egypt and Libya, now commonly referred to as the Arab Spring, a violent civil war erupted in 2011, one that is currently being fought today.